Hey everybody, happy Wednesday from Thompson Creek Doodles. So if you saw earlier today, I made a little announcement on the page saying look for a video this evening on guardian homes. So we do have several opportunities for a guardian home situations. So a guardian home is where you would get to have one of our dogs. And it's a very top-notch, high-quality dog that's been health tested. Parents have been health tested, all that. Very healthy, incredible lines, bloodlines and such. Some of them will be our lines that will become available. And then some are our adult dogs that I've gotten from other breeders but have excellent lines as well because I know them very well. So, and what it is where you get one of our dogs that we will be parent dogs for our program. Like I said, top-notch, expensive dog that you will not pay for. It's your dog. You would care for it. It lives with you. I would get the dog when it's time to breed, when that dog comes in heat. I would get that dog for a few days to have it bred. It would come back to you. You would have it during its pregnancy, and about a week before the due date, which is about a little over 2 months that they're pregnant, I would get the dog and it would stay with me until it's weaned its puppies, which is going to be around that 5-week-old mark. So they would stay with me for about 6 weeks at that point and come back to you, and it would be with you for another 6 months to a year, especially if it's our larger breed to medium breed dogs, like Goldendoodles, poodle, that kind of thing. They usually don't have a heat every 6 months. They can go closer to a year. So really, maybe once a year you'd have to hand the dog over to me for a few weeks. If it's a smaller dog, like the Schnauzer, like Darcy, or my cockapoo, Rosie, which they're both in guardian homes already, and they're wonderful, and if you're watching this and you're their guardian home, give us a hello. But yes, so they are small breeds. They come in every 6 months typically, but the bigger the dog is, they can go a little longer. If it's a male, we will have 2 males up for guardian homes. Then I would just be grabbing them when they have a job to do, when they will be studying out, or if I'm using them as a stud, or if somebody's using them as a stud service, then I would take them for once. If it's local, once a day for a couple days. If I have to go on a trip, he'll be gone for like 2 or 3 days. I'm responsible for any vet bills that are breeding related, okay? So any breeding medicines, any blood tests we need to get done, anything emergency with the pregnancy, of course all the puppy stuff, that's all on me. But regular vet things like their yearly shots, a rabies shot, keeping up on groomings, you need to, especially Goldendoodles and poodles, they've got to be groomed around the 8-week mark. They can start getting matted, so you need to get them into the groomer regularly, keep them looking nice, and just staying up to date on shots. Also with their like flea and tick medicines, you would need to do all that for them. I am just going to be taking care of anything breeding related. Once the dog is retired, he's a retired parent, I will pay to have them spayed or neutered, and the dog becomes yours forever. It's officially all yours. So I will no longer own breeding rights to it. It's your dog completely. And I have contracts for all this. Everything would be signed and done up right. But you know, you also would need to work with me and just staying up to date with me. Sorry, a child just tried to call me. Might have to get off here because she's gonna call me back. On just staying in touch with me, regular pictures and things like that I would appreciate. You also need to work with me on food. There's only a couple foods that I allow my dogs to be on. I won't go into that in this video If you want to talk to me about that, we'll talk about that. But we've been through a lot of expensive foods in the last couple years, and then I wasn't having puppies, and we were having weird things happening with pregnancies and just weird things. So we've kind of pulled back, and we've gone a different route, and we're having good success now. So I really need you to keep the dog on what the few foods that there's a few food brands that I'm okay with. Okay, so also flea and tick. There's certain things that they cannot be on because it can mess with their fertility and cause them to be infertile. So we need to make sure we're on the same page with all that. You must have, okay, and I should have said this first because this is crucial, a fenced-in yard or the pet safe shock collar system. Marley keeps calling. Okay, which we have. We have the shock collar system. It's a box about this big. I set it in one of the back bedrooms, and you can set it up to 3 acres. I think it goes from a half acre or something like that up to 3 acres you can set it on. You can also set it on strength for the shock. And so they can, you know, not go past the boundary in the yard. It's nothing that you have to dig wires for or anything. This is all what's called digital or whatever. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, this is very easy. You just buy it. It comes with the shock collar, and you literally just set your box, put it on your dog. You do have to do a little bit of training just the first day with the dog, which we will talk about that. I'll tell you all how to do that, and you can find it on YouTube. It's super easy. These dogs are very intelligent. They know, they just catch on right away. Marley needs to stop. Sorry guys, I don't know what that's doing on your end, but I cannot start over. I've got to hurry. I've got to get ready for church, so I'm trying to make this quick because I said I was going to put this video out. So excuse me, I haven't fixed my hair yet. I washed it and it's like super clean and not sprayed, so it's like, anyways. But that's one right there. There's a Maple. Maple, cussy mom. Can you see it? Yes. Good baby. She is one of the ones I'd like to put in a guardian home. She has a terrible haircut right now. Not the groomer's fault. I'm the one that said just shave her real short, nothing special, because they're playing outside so much right now with the weather being just so perfect. So they are pretty much, every time I'm over here, they're outside running and wrestling. So I said just cut her short. So she doesn't have the prettiest haircut right now, but she's the sweetest thing. Like, she is my sweetest one, and they're all sweet. Like, my little group I have right here, I love them so much. She's just really just quiet, you know. She's just quiet. So that's Maple. So what was I saying? Shock collar system if you don't have a fence. You also can't have any unneutered males in the house, or even like your next door neighbor. So you need to find out, if you live in a neighborhood, find out if they have an unneutered male, because that ain't gonna work out. He could hop that fence. An unneutered male will go crazy and do anything to get to a female in season. So they literally can smell her up to like 2 miles away, and they will literally chew through a wall to get to her, okay? So my Jake, that is the best dog in the world, literally loses his mind when I have a girl in heat. He has literally gone to their crates. Some of these crates have like, the bars are like pulled apart, like this far. He has literally taken his jaw and tried to pull the bars apart to get to her. So, yeah, can't have any unneutered boys in the house. We can't have any mess ups like that happening. So yes, there are some requirements. I'm gonna be very picky, okay? So we're gonna talk on the phone. I may come to your house and look. I may wanna do some FaceTime phone calls. If I don't personally know you, this is, you know, this is my life. These are my babies, and this has not been an easy decision to do this. I do have a few of them already in guardian homes. They've been in the guardian homes for like a year. Those were my ones that were either my 2 small little ones that just didn't do well with all these big ones being rough and stuff. I was afraid they'd get hurt. And then I have a couple that are standard size but needed a lot of attention. They would rather just like sit on my lap all day right next to me, and I'm busy with these guys. I don't have time to just sit on a couch and snuggle, so I felt they would do better and thrive better in a guardian home. Well, now that I've had 2 litters at once now, and here on out, I will most likely have around 2 litters, similar ages, coming pretty much regularly. So I can't handle these guys and my puppies. So it was not fair to them. They did not get much of my time over the last few weeks when I was in this nursery or outside with the puppies. They were taken care of, don't get me wrong, oh my word. Like fed and petted and played outside and all that, but they didn't get a lot of time with me. I wasn't throwing the ball with them or sitting on the chair, rocking chair, and here. Excuse me. I'm okay. She looked at me like, you know, so I was with the puppies all the time. I have to be. So I felt so bad for them. And then they got out of control. Like all last week, they got really used to me not really paying much attention. And so they started acting up, getting into stuff like getting into the trash or digging holes outside because I wasn't watching. And they know better. They know not to do that. So they were really, really getting naughty. But nobody, you know, they were like, hey, mom's busy. So it's just going to be much better for them and for me if I can just focus on producing amazing puppies and giving the mama and her litter all of my attention. That's how I want to do it. I know a lot of breeders are doing this and it's going really well. So just shoot me a message if you might be interested in this. Also, you need to be within, like, I'd say no more than 2 hours from me. So like up in the Jackson area or down in Louisiana, we could do that, or over to Alabama, you know, that area. You know, we can do 2 hours because that's going to be a lot of traveling back and forth for me to get them. And you would also need to be willing to meet me halfway when I need to get the dog too. But, excuse me, I'm trying to think. I think I basically told like the main requirements. So no neutered males in the house or you know, spayed females if you're taking a boy. Fence or electric shock collar fence. And that's like $250, I think, for the Pet Safe system. And you would have to have this in place, have it ready to go before you took the dog home, okay? Not only because I don't want it to, you know, get out and find a mate. We don't want anything to happen to this very incredible dog that is a very expensive dog that I put a lot into with testings and all those things. So we just need to, you got to handle this a little differently than your own pet. You know, for the first 2 years you would have it. After that, they're retired and it's all yours. So do what you want. But while it is, you know, a breeding parent, we just need to be just real careful. So I have August available. He is our boy standard poodle. He is so funny. He's getting groomed here in a few days. So I'll put some pictures. I will post some pictures tomorrow. I'm going to post a picture of everybody that's available. So be looking for that as well. He needs groomed. He's dirty. They've just been playing in the dirt and just rolling and having a blast. You know, there's 7 of them, so they just have a good old time. But I'll put some older pictures of him up, and then once he gets groomed, I'll put some new ones. But he is 2 years old, and he's had 2 litters. He's sired 2 litters, not for me yet, for other breeders. We haven't used him yet. He's hilarious, super smart, incredibly obedient. He was actually, I got him at 6 months old, and he was with a lady, and he was trained to be a therapy dog for her because she had an illness, and then she had to give him back to the breeder because she ended up finding out that she had a terminal illness, I think cancer maybe, and so she couldn't take care of him. So he had a lot of training. He is funny. He is the funniest little guy. He just makes you laugh. He's really funny. So he is a standard poodle. He is big. He's probably 60 pounds. So he's a good size. Awesome dog. Then we have, like I said, Maple here. She's a standard poodle. She's probably 55 pounds. She's gorgeous. She's chocolate and white party. Like I said, super sweet temperament. Very obedient. Like, no problem. You'll never have a problem with her. wonderful. And she'll have puppies at some point this summer, hopefully. So she's one of our next upcoming mamas. Then we're gonna have Willow, who is a chocolate phantom, like reddish tan phantom. So that is like the chocolate body with the tan eyebrows, tannish red eyebrows, tannish red paws. That's called Phantom. She is a Moyen, borderline Moyen, which means medium to standard poodle. So she's like a petite standard. She was probably 45 pounds. She's not real big. She's a really good size. She's not little, but she's not a big, tall standard poodle. She's petite. So I'll be posting pictures of her. She's wonderful. Great dog. They're all so good. And these are all Elwood babies, guys. So I need to hurry up because this is getting long. So I'm sorry. It's 15 minutes already. You know, Elwood was the father of Remy's litter that we just had. And he is dad to all my poodles. They have different moms, but he's the dad. So, of course, they're amazing because Elwood is just amazing. So we have Willow. She is a 1.5 years, and she will also have her first litter this summer. So I've mentioned August, Maple, Willow, and believe it or not, y'all, Remy. And she's one of our babies. She's one of our lines. She came from Jake and Scarlett. I cannot believe I'm doing this, but she did not do well parting from the babies. So she was still like wanting to nurse them up till a few days ago when they went home. Like she cried, she grieved for them. She's like her dad. She just loves puppies. So it was really heartbreaking hearing her in the house crying. I couldn't bring her back to the kennel and move her back over here once she weaned them because they were over here. And I knew she would just sit here and just grieve and cry seeing them. Because when I was outside playing with them, she would sit out my bedroom window and you would just hear her. The sound was so sad. It was like a mother mourning her child. So she's gonna have to go to a guardian home because I can't do that to her. So she's got 3 more litters that she could have. We do 4. As long as they do well and they're good mothers, we do 4 litters. So she'll have 3 more litters, and I can't that was just sad. So once she's weaned at that about 5-week mark from the puppies, I want her to be able to go, move on. Because once she's out of here, she's not gonna think about them anymore. But when she sees them or smells them, like she's just so sad. So Remy. And then we have, so I think that's it for my adults here. And then we're gonna have an opportunity for a puppy. So I haven't talked about this yet, but we have a F1 Goldendoodle boy that is almost 4 weeks old. And his name is going to be Thompson from Thompson Creek Doodles. And we're Thompson Creek Doodles because we had property a few years ago on Thompson Creek Lane, and we ended up not building there. We sold it because, you know, that's right after COVID and lumber was crazy high and all that. So we decided, and it wasn't quite big enough for what I needed with my kennel. So we sold that property, but that was the time that I was really getting my Facebook page going and stuff. So I needed to name it, and so I went with Thompson Creek. That's where we were gonna live. Well, I just kept it. You know, I really liked the sound of it. Everybody loved the sound of it. I already had stuff rolling. I already had t-shirts done and all that stuff, so we kept it. So I thought, well, now we gotta like incorporate something to make it sense. So our new stud is going to be named Thompson. And he is a rich apricot, not dark red, but not cream. He's really pretty apricot, F1 Goldendoodle, which Jake is an F1. So that's Golden Retriever dad and standard poodle mom, and both the parents are just stunning. Mom is red, dad is a beautiful apricot Golden Retriever, and they're gorgeous. Been health tested, all that. I'm actually getting these from Carrie, who has Elwood. So, you know, Elwood, I just love, this is not Elwood, of course, babies, but I'm saying Carrie, the same breeder. So, all good things. So he will replace, and I hate to say that word because it sounds harsh, but Jake, our beloved Jake, of course, he's our pet. Like, he's not going anywhere, but he's getting older, and I know in the next year or so, he's probably going to slow down. He's probably not going to have a desire to breed anymore. So once that happens, we'll have Thompson to take his place because he looks very similar to him. So that's very, very exciting. So he'll need to go to a guardian home, and it makes me sad because I just really wish we could keep them, but I can't do more than one male, because when the girls are in heat, they want to mark everything. When all my girls are in heat, oh my goodness, they want to mark everything. They also can get a little aggressive with each other, so he'll have to go to a guardian home. So in a few weeks, I'll need a home for him. So message me about that. And I think that's everybody. We also have a new, another stud, Tango, which I will do a different whole other thing on that. He's already has a guardian home, but he is a medium-sized poodle. So he's like 20 pounds, 20-ish pounds. So we'll be able, and he's almost 1. So we will be able to have true medium Goldendoodles coming up soon. So lots of exciting things for 2023. And I still haven't even announced like our plan for litters this year, the plan. So that'll be at sometime, I'm hoping sometime this week. If not this week, beginning of next week, I will have the video and like a picture collage and stuff of who's breeding who and what we're expecting and all that. Right now, I really want to get this guardian home thing up and running, so we can just start seeing, you know, who might be interested and get this rolling. But I love them. Love them so much. Say hi, Maple, say hi. And that's Caroline back there. She's going to the groomer tomorrow. She got an afro right now. The sweetest babies. And you can see how good they are. Like, they've been in the background this whole time, so quiet. The rest are outside running around. These girls are really quiet, but all right. So message me if you're interested, and I've got to go get ready for church and get to church. So yes, if you're in the area and you live around here, Columbia, Hattiesburg people, Woodlawn in Columbia, the best church ever. Come and sit with me sometime. Let me know if you'd love to come visit, and I will save you a seat, okay? Best church there is. I could not make it without that place and those people and God in my life, but praise God for all his blessings. He's blessed me with all this and given me the vision and the strength to keep going forward, because we have some tough days, but it's okay. He's with me. But all right, everybody, I love y'all, and we'll talk later.